Okay, talk about a touchy subject. We're gonna delve into discipline.
Ouch.
Boy, is it easy to go to an extreme. I'm gonna start. Dave, why is it so important for us to even have boundaries in the home?
And boundaries put the safe guidelines that makes families work, right? Without boundaries, there's commotion. And so boundaries help people know what their expectations are and how to live together in community as a family.
Okay. And what would you say?
So I'm just so excited talking about discipline. This is my absolute favorite topic because I think so many people out there get real freaked out about it is because they're like, oh, my kid's doing this, and we're so frustrated, right? And they do frustrating things.
Yes.
But if you can start to get excited about it, it totally changes the dynamic. Now you might think, okay, I don't know, where did she come from? I know you've
I'm
already.
gonna get this kid.
Is you don't have a teenager yet, but it's okay.
But you know, this is where it is. It's because those challenges can make us better people if we rise to the occasion.
Oh no, that's for sure.
And that's the cool part. The other part I think a lot of people don't realize is that most discipline actually teaches our kids to lie to us.
Okay, what do you mean by lie to us?
It's kind of like, what the heck is going on here? When I say that, did you ever lie to your parents?
Of course.
Okay,
Yes.
and why?
Because I didn't want to get in trouble.
I didn't want to get caught.
You don't want to get caught and you don't want to get in trouble. And so if discipline that is being used in the home is getting you in trouble and is not related to the behavior, a lot of times what is only learned is don't get caught next time. Not do better next time, it's don't get caught next time. So if I share anything and if you get anything from this today, what I want you to think about is how can you use discipline in a way that is completely related to the behavior?
Yes.
So for instance, one of the things I want to talk about is apologies. Have you ever demanded an apology before?
There's no such thing as being able to demand.
But I've done it lots.
Why? You say, you come back here, young man. I expect an apology.
Right.
What do they say?
They say, fine, there, I'm sorry.
Right. And then
Exactly.
what do you say?
That's not a real apology.
Exactly.
I want a real apology.
Yeah.
You gotta be genuine.
You gotta mean it. You come back here and you mean it.
You're watching the videotapes in my house.
What are we actually teaching when we say that? We're actually teaching them
Be
to
fake.
be dishonest and be fake. And so
I think that's key is to always keep asking ourselves, what did I just teach my child?
Thank you. Because so often you might stop the behavior, but the ripples are there. The undercurrents of, is there, and it'll get you.
Well, it's kind of like yes on the outside, but it's no, no, no on the inside. And we have to connect the behavior to future life character development. If I simply stop them from doing bad and they don't catch why, then they're going to do the bad again because they haven't understood why. And it's basically bugging me and they don't like it. They say, well, I'm not doing this anymore because dad just gets mad. But I'll do it when the dad's not around. Instead of realizing what the issue is. And the issue is a character thing. It's a value thing. And if they learn the reasons behind it, it's going to help a lot in the correction.
So if I'm too strict as a parent, then what am I shaping in the character of my kids for down the road? If it's about character development.
So the first thing, the example of the apology, right? If you're being so strict, you're saying, that's it, you give me an apology now. What you're teaching is for them to lie to you and to be fake and to be unauthentic. And is that really what you want?
No.
Okay, so we want to go back. So remember, we've been talking about the pendulum. We want to come back to the middle. So we want to give boundaries and state something, but we want to give flexibility. So do you want to know the secret to getting a great apology?
Okay, I'm waiting.
Okay, so it looks like this. I am willing to accept your apology when you're ready to give it.
Yeah.
So you've stated that you expect an apology, but you're not pushing anymore.
Right.
You're giving them space to come to you and to be honest.
And even with that, Kelly, to say, I'm thinking of a teenager now where you've said, hey, I demand the apology. No, listen, when you're ready. But they have to understand the value of community, that oneness in a family, oneness in relationships comes when I'm willing to apologize and make amends for what I've done wrong. And that's a great principle for life down the road for them, for other friendships, for their marriage down the road, for their own kids down the road.
How many times do we have to apologize in our life?
Oh, I apologize to
Daily?
my kids all the time. But I'm curious, do I take it too far? Because I've done this with my teens. I've said when you're ready to apologize, but I've also said things really aren't going to be great between us until this probably does get settled. To let them know that it does affect relationships.
But I would say, in the meantime, I still love you. Okay? I still love you. That's got to be unconditional. It's not whether you apologize or not. Yeah, we got stress between us because of your behavior, but I still love you.
Okay.
Lovely.
Okay, let's swing it real quick to the other side. What about the permissive parent? Just, free reign, do what you want.
This one is really funny to me because when you are a walk all over you kind of parent, just mushy, it's like, oh, anything, oh, they're so good. What ends up happening is there's that straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yes.
A lot of times they let it go, they let it go, they let it go, and then one day they do something and they blow.
Yes.
Where sometimes, I've seen it and heard it, it'll be a smack.
Yes.
Sometimes it'll be, and then what do they feel after?
Such
Horrible.
guilt, such remorse.
Horrible guilt.
Yeah.
And then they go back to being all mushy and saying, oh, do whatever you want.
So being consistent, balanced instead of extremes. Don't be too permissive to let them run over you. Don't be too restrictive. And you can go to the website and you can actually catch our anchor points on what fair discipline looks like. Stay with us for the bottom line. We'll teach you how not to be that extreme as a parent.